Hello, everyone. Welcome back to Football Brehz, a platform where we discuss, debate, and banter. My name is DOS, and I'll be your host for today's show. Back with us on this new season, on this new platform, we have Chelsea fan Kadus, we have Arsenal fan Kemal, we have a new guest on the show today, Liverpool fan Jules, and then we also have a new guest on the show, Chelsea fan Alex. And on today's show, we've got some fun things to discuss now. Like we've got the transfers that we're going to talk about. Who's had the best transfers? Who's had the worst transfers? And how do we rate our team's transfers? And then secondly, we'll finish off with the first 3 weeks of the season, how our teams have started, how we feel about that start, and with these new transfers, how do we feel going forward? Now, before we go any further, can you guys make sure you subscribe to our channel? We're back this season. Make sure you subscribe. Make sure you comment, you like, and you follow all of our social media pages. Now, let's get straight to it. And please, guys, make sure you comment as well on the side so that we can engage with you as well. So let's start off with transfers. I think since I've been alive and watching football, it's probably been the most exciting transfers for me personally. I don't know about you guys. But let's start first of all with, don't worry, Jules, I'll come back to you. Let's start with Chelsea. Kadus, I'm going to come to you first. First of all, before you were going into this transfer window, what were you looking for? And be honest, don't like in hindsight, be honest. What were you looking for to improve your team? And how do you rate your transfer with the additions that you guys made? Because you guys have had a good transfer window.
Yeah, man, well, it's obvious, isn't it, really? We were lacking goals. We were lacking that person to finish off the chances. I believe that Chelsea was second highest for chances created last season. Mm-hmm. We brought in Timo Werner, Havertz. Havertz started to find his form in the latter stage of the season. Mm-hmm. Timo, he's still learning how to shoot by the sounds of it. So, we were lacking that marksman that can actually bang in the goals. And I think that made our season a little bit difficult because games where we should have finished it. We didn't because, we didn't finish those chances. So we did what Chelsea do. We found out where the areas that we were lacking and we went out and we brought in Lukaku. Some would argue that he wasn't our first choice, but again, you said hindsight, but in hindsight, I think it was the best choice just in terms of his profile. This type of player he is, and the fact that he is a Chelsea fan as well, and it kind of fits into the environment that Tuchel's trying to create, as well as a central midfielder. We now have a nice depth of that midfield. Obviously, Kante's had his injuries, so we can't rely on him for the full season. So we kind of alleviate that pressure from him. So those two main areas that we lacked. I feel that we've kind of gone in and did what we were meant to do. I won't even talk about the business side of it because Chelsea running it on that one. But all I can say is, oh hell, Marina and any other Chelsea fan who is slating her off just needs to kind of take a long look at their lives.
She knows what she's
doing. An amazing asset in Marina.
100%. She definitely knows what she's doing. That's for sure. I'm going to come to you, Alex. Adding on to what Kadus said, do you feel that you guys have looked at everything? Like, let's say Saul Niguez came to your club. Did you need him? Do you feel like it's a position that you needed to strengthen? And if so, how does he get into this Chelsea team? Because Chelsea's midfield is, for me, one of their strong suits as well. So how do you see that shaping up?
Yeah, I agree. I think with him, it's nice that we've got like a little bit more experience in that midfield. Like we've got a very good midfield now, but it is a young one. Mm-hmm. And something you could argue from sort of the Lampard to Tuchel era was the acceptance of the team needed experience. And there's almost proof in that he instantly put in successful players that built that. So for me, I think he's going to fit in within that team if it's a case of this team needs a little bit more maturity in that field. Completely echo what Kadus said, that you'd want Kante playing every single week, but it's just not a viable option at the moment, isn't it? Which is a really sad fact in reality, isn't it? But it's good that we have that relief of pressure and that kind of option. So I think that's a really useful thing, and I think that we're starting to become a team that really builds around our midfield. It's slowly becoming almost the strongest part of our team. So it's nice to know that there's almost another option added to it. Do I think it was needed? I don't think it was needed, but I think that's almost why it's happened near the back end of the transfer window. You know, it definitely was a case of we needed to be scoring goals and stuff, something that really stuck with me at the end of the year. Kadus said this near the end of the year, that Mount has actually created the second most chances across anywhere, any league, any competition. Messi was the only person that beat him, but obviously we didn't have people finishing that. So it will be really interesting this year that if Lukaku is that guy, then actually we should be seeing people like Mount stashing up and that kind of thing, and that would almost be like that. You know, so yeah, man. Like if that, you know, if it's a success, it should almost prove with people like him as well. Do you know what I mean? So I think that'll be really exciting to see. And yeah, we needed to strengthen, you know, our attacking options, and I think that we've done that. You know, I haven't got any real qualms defensively. Yeah. I will add this. I checked this earlier today. We've got rid of. I need to just double check this because this is mad. We've got rid of 44 players. I don't know if you realise that's how depth it is. We've got 23 that we've sold and 21 are on loan. That was on the club website this afternoon, and I was like, wow, like
that's crazy. That is crazy. I mean, I think Chelsea will be the forces for sure. I think this season because. To be honest, with the signings you made, the progress you made last season, I mean, the expectation is going to be the Premier League for you guys this season, for sure, as well as going on again in the Champions League.
I think it's everything right now.
Yeah, you go for everything.
I think we built the team. So, and just to quickly, and I'll just shoot over this. Yeah. With Sal Niguez, and I apologize if I just butchered his name. You know, the argument is his form hasn't been good in the last 2 seasons. Yeah. I know with a lot of personal things that's been happening to him. So the good thing with him is now he's got an opportunity to build up that form again. Yeah. And there's not going to be that pressure because he's not going to be the first choice in that double pivot. You know, but it could be a case where he can push his way back into that, now playing in his preferred position. So it gives us that depth and that rotation. We're now looking at going for the World Cup as well, the FIFA World Cup, the Club World Cup, my bad peeps, and the World Cup too if we can. So we need that depth and that rotation, and I think having Saul in the team is definitely going to give us that and alleviate the pressure from the other two in the double pivot.
I mean, that's never a bad signing to have Saul Niguez in your team. Come on, I mean that's he's going to strengthen no matter whether he plays or not. That squad in depth, you know, and that's why it's important. Let's quickly, before we go to the other teams, let's quickly go to we have a couple of comments right now. And we're going to jump to the comments. We have a comment.
Man like Kevin, I'll jump in straight away. He's asking me why am I wearing this top? Because this top is sexy.
We'll get there. We'll get there, Kemal. We'll get there. Wow. So, Kemal, why you got that top on, joke, Brehz? So, Kemal, respond to that.
I've already responded. My top is sexy. Do you even own a top? On a real, do you even own a Liverpool top? Or do you get them from Ben? Okay, say no more.
Let's go to the comment of J Coyle 29. He said, "What's good, lads? Hello, everybody." So. Hi, J Coyle. I don't know what your name is. Again, we've got a comment from Kevin Longo. Kev, saying hello as well. Hi, Kev. We've got a comment from Eddie as well. We want Kadus out of this. Kadus, how are you going to respond to this?
Oh. Listen. At the end of the day, I don't pay attention to people that make insignificant comments. Obviously, this guy's a top supporter, just based off his energy. And I realize right now they're just kind of holding on to any sort of glimpse of hope. And right now they want to try and attack the person.
The top of the league, though. The top of the league.
I was just about to say that.
Keep telling them that. Keep telling them that. Let's let them be excited for 2 weeks.
Let me answer that. They were the top of the league, not later on in the season. They were in a title race before as well. I believe Leicester beat them to the title race. They were top 4s, whatever. So we can continue.
They'll be talking Champions League final in October. Like,
Eddie, make sure you come on to the show next time. Make sure
you'll never know this, my brother.
You can defend your team.
Let's go to it 2 times, let alone once.
Let's go to the next comment. We'll go to APTV. Leave my name out of this, Kemal, please. So
I apologize, I apologize, Ben. I apologize. And hold on, what's that? Golden Boot winner? Are you mad?
Oh no, Kemal, we haven't got there yet. Come on,
I apologize, but I'm there. Ronaldo's gonna win the Golden Boot. I don't want to hear no arguments about that. Yeah, it's done.
Okay, we're gonna go to the next comment from Kevin. Kemal, you got your top from Ben. Funny guy. Okay, we'll go to the next comment after that. Jay Coyle, Golden Boot winner this year. Who is he talking about?
I think he's just asking who's the Golden Boot.
He's asking the question.
Oh, who's the Golden Boot winner? Yeah, that's a good question. So let's go quickly to Jules. Jules, who do you think will be the Golden Boot winner this year?
See, I'm not gonna lie. Had Harry Kane completed his move to City, I would have 100% gone for him and said, yeah, like definitely Golden Boot winner. But because he didn't move, I think it's a tie between Ronaldo, Salah, probably Lukaku. I'll give Lukaku a shout as well. Like I'll say them three.
It's going to be interesting.
Question. Harry Kane's won it multiple times at Tottenham. So what will change this year?
Yeah, but
what are you saying that for?
What I'm seeing from the beginning, now that they've introduced him back into the team,
injuries.
He's had 2 yellow cards in 2 games. The second game, he just didn't look like the man that he was himself. It's obviously still playing an effect on him. So I'm not really going to say Harry Kane as of yet. It might change like later down the line, but right now.
But he's always been there for the past 4 seasons. So the fact that you're just trying to put him on the carpet, I don't understand why.
I think the way that Tottenham are playing is a bit more defensive this season. So he may find it a bit more difficult as opposed to the Pochettino era of him getting all those chances, I think. I mean, they look like a Jose Mourinho team right now. No disrespect, Spurs fans, but the way they're playing is very, very conservative. Yeah. So let's quickly just jump to back to the transfer. So I'm going to go to Kemal right now. Kemal, Arsenal, you've spent the most in the transfer window out of any team in the Premier League. The most. How do you feel? Because I'm trying to think about who you bought. So you bought Ramsdale. You bought the guy on the deadline window.
Ben White.
You bought Ben White, who's had a rough time against Chelsea, and then you also bought the Japanese break.
I don't know who he is. I've never heard of him in my life.
Can we just take a second for the fact that they've spent the most money, right? Mukta, you can't even name who they are. That's how who are they? You know, Kemal steps up positively with Ben White, like the easiest name to know in the Premier League. Yeah, bro, you don't even know who you've signed. Do you know what I mean? It's ridiculous.
Come on, how do you
feel about Lukonga? You signed Lukonga.
Tavares.
You signed Ramsdale. You signed that random right back who's not even a right back.
See, look, not a name.
Not a name. That's the Japanese. That's the Japanese guy.
Tell us who you've paid for. No, tell us. Come on, you've spent the most. Who have you spent the most on? Like, do you know what I mean? All this money, you don't even know their names.
All right, let Kemal talk.
Go. Let me talk. So ask me questions. Okay?
Go ahead, bro. Go ahead. Go ahead.
Cool. Hairline starts back there. But anyway, let's continue. Listen, I'm not happy with what Arsenal have done for the business, yeah? I'm not happy at all. I think we've wasted a lot of money like normal. Arsenal don't know how to do the business. I don't know who any of these people are. I don't know who anybody is. Ben White's a waste of money. Lukonga's good, man. He's been doing all right. We signed Odegaard. Like, for what? I thought he was a little bit pointless last year, even though his second game was, when he come on, he was okay, but it was a pointless signing. We re-signed Xhaka. I guess that's like a new signing. I don't know where you want me to go with this. I'm not too happy.
No, my question basically is, like, you've signed you've spent the most out of everybody. Are you happy with your signings? Yeah, but are you happy with your signings?
No, I'm not happy with signings.
Do you think they will improve you? Okay, that's
no, they're not going to improve us. Who's going to improve us? You tell me.
But you spent 100 million, and none of them are going to improve you. Ramsdale, is he going to be better than Leno?
Well, some of the Arsenal Brehz believe he can be. Leno's.
I'm asking you though.
Well, I don't know. He's got 2 teams relegated. I don't know if he's good.
Okay. For me personally, I think that Lukonga dude looks pretty good. From the couple of games I've seen him, yeah, he looks like he's got something about him. So I wouldn't kill him too early right now. I think he could come good. You've got Ben White, 50 million.
I just want to say, right, that there's a lot of Arsenal fans that are going to be leaning on the idea that these signings aren't good enough. Right. We also have to understand that the pool of talent that Arsenal have to fish in isn't going to be in the same levels of a United, of a Chelsea, of a Pool, of a City, right? So first and foremost, I think Arsenal fans have to just kind of get used to the reality that their club isn't the club of 2003.
We're a mid-table team. That's what we are. I know what we are.
I think you have to kind of, but then on the flip side, the players that you bought aren't bad, right? But the right back is a bit questionable. Ramsdale is a bit questionable, but Ben White, he's good, 50 mil. too expensive, but he's a good option, especially in that back three. The back five if you keep it that way. Odegaard, yeah, cool. I mean, his numbers weren't as good as last season, but he's only 21. There's a lot there.
Yeah, but what I'm hearing from Arsenal is that they're building for the future.
I just feel that the direction, the people that are running the ship aren't the right people to do that, and then we can then argue the Arteta debate whether he's good enough to actually bring the quality out of those players. But you guys should still be competing, in my opinion, for at least.
I'm just gonna jump on the back of that question and say that with the transfers that you lot have made this season, do you not think that maybe they've got it with Arteta not in sight, and for the new manager to come in, maybe some of these signings will work better for the new manager?
That's not a bad shot.
No, because they about Arteta about being for the future, and that he's building his team now. This is all what he wants, and he wants the youth that apparently he's going to work with, because he hasn't worked with any player so far. I don't see progress in any player that he's worked with, and you can't say he's worked with Saka because that's not true.
Not Emil Smith-Rowe?
No, please. It's their previous coaches that was working with them. It weren't Arteta. He got forced to play them because there was injuries and people on suspensions.
So you're still Arteta out?
And then it worked. I've been Arteta out for the longest. We know that.
All right.
My tone's not going to change. Let's move on, man. Everyone's bored of Arsenal. I don't even know why I'm on this podcast. We're not a top team. What am I doing here? And
we need entertainment. Come on, we need entertainment. You have to be.
Can I ask a question? So, so Willian has walked away from Arsenal. Yeah. So that 3-year deal, he's got 2 years of it. And he says, no, I don't want the money. I don't want to live in London where I'm comfortable and I'm having a family. And he's gone, I'm leaving, right? So who can Arsenal attract to their club when someone who is so comfy at the end of their career didn't just want to just retire for 2 years?
Can we go over that a bit though?
You know, like who can they attract to their club?
Why is people Kadus? Why am I seeing your teeth for? I don't understand. I don't need to see your teeth. Close your lips.
I'm just remembering last season, the older chat. It's just nice to see you humbled finally.
I didn't really talk last season.
You did. I remember.
The beginning of the season, you did, because you were coming off
first game when we beat.
Wasn't you coming off an FA Cup win? So
listen, don't worry about it. If you don't remember, it's fine.
You were really talkative when you won the other day as well. You were really talkative when you had that one win. And then reality just came. And then reality came.
Against 22-year-olds. Let's move on. Let's move on.
Let's go to comments because there's a lot of interaction right now. So it'll be really great to see what some of the audience have got to say. So let's bring them up. It's really, really interesting actually. They're really on it. So Eddie says top of the league for Spurs. Let's go to the next one.
That's the mediocrity. That's
in 3 weeks' time.
You
got to give them that respect, though. I mean, they started strong.
No, you got to give them no respect, man. No,
there's no medals. There's no medals for being top of the league right now.
Let's go to the next one. Kev says Ronaldo just missed the pen. So I'm assuming for Portugal. Nice. I don't know if he's joking or if he's serious. Let's see that. Ben says Kane's keeping the golden boot. Okay, Ben, like 3 weeks ago, you were crying that he was leaving, and now you got, okay, cool. Anyway, let's go to the next comment. Kane has only started one game, bro. That's in defense to, I think, one of you guys who was saying Kane probably won't do well. Let's go to the next one. Kev, Ronaldo missed pen against Ireland, and Bruno diving again. Okay, Kevin is in, I think he's drinking again. Let's go to the next one. J Coyle 29 made Arsenal got Ramsdale for 25 million, yet let one of the best keepers in the world go to Villa. That is a very
good point. It's a good point. I didn't know that was a mistake.
Business just doesn't make sense. Why would you sell one of the best keepers in the world at the time and then get overspend and get Ramsdale? It just don't make sense to me. But anyway, let's go to the next comment.
Arsenal's transfer policy.
I played games for you.
Man like Semp. Yes, it's true. Man like Semp. Hey, hello, Semp. Shirt looking good, Kadus. Oh, all right.
Take the 2 stars, yeah.
Shane, his defense needs to fix up first. It could be Donnarumma in goal, and Arsenal's defenders would make him look. Okay, fair enough.
To be honest, that performance against City was diabolical. In every shape and form. It was. I would have been so angry if I was an Arsenal fan, just seeing the way that you guys.
Can we move on? I don't know why we're still talking about Arsenal.
Shane, there's no protection for Arsenal defense, which is a very, very good point. I mean, when you
definitely not sponsored by Duo, that's for sure.
Kev says no backbone. He's talking about Arsenal, I'm assuming. Let's go.
No, I must be talking about Tottenham there.
Shane, is that an eye chart behind Jules?
Yeah, I had to, so basically, yeah, I had to use that, right? Because there was one point when Liverpool was so far top, I couldn't see that, so I'm getting it to so far gone. So
All right,
you know what I mean?
fair enough. Let's get
We'll
to
come
the
back.
Oh, you were really happy with yourself when you made that comment, weren't you? You were really happy with that.
Kamal just
Yeah,
aired-
Kamal just
Kamal's
aired
just
Alex's
aired Alex's
question.
question.
I did
Somehow-
notice that. Don't think I didn't notice that.
Okay, let's keep going. New season and strong start, and you man still hating. Yeah, she's got a good point.
There's
I mean,
nothing to hate. What's there to hate about Tottenham? Look,
I mean,
look,
look at the league.
look at the badge on my chest.
What's there to
What
like as
have I
well?
got to hate about Tottenham?
Well, what's there to like as well? What else am I supposed
Yeah,
to do? There's nothing to like.
Fair enough.
These
Okay,
guys
I
are
can't even-
mediocrity, man.
okay,
Bruv,
we
I
got-
can't even
mediocrity.
say nice shirt. I can't even be like, kit looks nice this year. What? There's nothing to like, bruv. What else do you want me to do, man?
okay. Let's move on. So we'll go too quickly and finish up this talk of transfers. Jules, Liverpool, are you happy with your transfers this season?
Am I happy? No. Do you want to discuss it? We can do.
Yes.
Obviously, at the end of the
That's
season,
why you're on the show, to discuss the transfer talk.
we
Do
I
you
can
not see the
definitely discuss
name?
your team in depth if you really want to go that
Okay,
far.
cool.
We can definitely discuss
Let's-
your one still.
Let's
But we'll
go
discuss,
through it.
we'll discuss
Go.
mine because we actually made a credible signing, and then we can just go from
Konate.
there, innit? So we only made the one signing, Konate, fair enough, 35 million.
Mhm.
In the time in May when obviously the focus was getting centre backs and we had the confusion of Kabak.
The transfer deadline, you actually re-signed a Brehz, so they made that as in a big thing, don't you feel?
Well,
Oh,
I was about to
Henderson?
allude to that. still,
Henderson.
but Basically,
Let him
That was the
man.
big thing.
we made the
Henderson.
signing
Let him
of
talk,
Konate
man.
for
Let him
35
talk.
million.
Yo,
Obviously
come out.
still
Allow
have to
Jules.
listen.
He doesn't really watch the football, so just let
Right,
him.
let him
Oh
talk.
yeah,
Give him a
I
minute,
know.
give
I'm
him a
trying
minute,
to
give him a
make
minute.
this up on the spot. So
Yeah,
just let
yeah,
me hear. Yeah.
Yeah.
So we made the one signing of Konate, 35 million. Obviously in the position when we needed centre backs, and we had the whole confusion of loaning Kabak, signing Ben Davies, then playing Nat Phillips and Reece Williams. But essentially now with the window closed, I thought we would have made a more of a forward signing because we obviously got Salah and Mane going for AFCON. We got Keita missing as well, and we had Wijnaldum leave. So an ideal position in the midfield, not necessarily needed, but yeah, if we sign someone, I think everyone had a lot of ease in their mind because all these other teams are improving and we're just kind of losing quality. So I understand that FSG wanted us to sell in order to then try and sign someone. That's cool. We got rid of talent. We got rid of the Deadwood. Got rid of Harry Wilson. I thought we would have seen him play the season. Got rid of him. Fair enough. Shaqiri gone. Who else did we get rid of? We didn't sign Kabak. We got rid of a lot of Deadwood and released a lot of players as well. So you would think now we've loosened the wage budget. More signings would have came, but unfortunately no one came. Origi's still here. Guy wants to chill and be a cheerleader. That's fine.
But you got a lot of your injuries back though. I mean, Van Dijk is back. Matip looks consistent right now with his injuries. He's playing well. Thiago should be back soon.
I can't rely on Matip personally, just from my experience.
But then if Matip is not there, you have Konate or Gomez. So I mean,
exactly.
You're looking
so
good.
we have got adequate position for the back. Forward line, I think we're really lacking. We could definitely have to sign
what forward would you have brought in? Who would you have brought in?
My personal choice, I really thought we was going for Mbappe. I thought we was going to do a miracle and get Mbappe. I believe the lies. God. I believe the whole he's a man of the sport. I was with
it. That was never going to happen, man.
I was really wishing for it and it didn't happen. Honestly,
because of the Mac deal, yeah?
I mean, I was hoping a lot of things. But
now I'm hearing you guys, Liverpool fans, think you're going to be getting Haaland next season.
No, I don't buy that. I don't buy that. I'll be real. I'll say that that's not happening. I don't think we can get any of those top forward targets that are available.
Can I just say that when Chelsea were looking at getting Haaland, sorry to interrupt you, bro, but listen, good luck, because obviously with what I heard was the thing was like 500 million over like 4 or 5 years. It was crazy when you're looking at agency fees and his wage. So I mean, obviously we'll see what happens in the next window, but boy, good luck.
Didn't Raiola say he wants something like 80 million and like combined fees or something for agency fees or whatever?
I think it's like 40 million on agency fees alone.
Yeah.
Well, boy, I mean, we'll see what happens. I mean, especially with Liverpool as well this season. Personally, I think Liverpool, I still think you're going to be strong. You've got strong players back. But the issue with Liverpool is some of your players are aging. That's the issue. So can they still maintain the intensity that Klopp expects of them despite them aging? Like Henderson, can he still keep going? Milner, can he still keep going? Mane doesn't look like the player that he used to be. Even this season, it's rolling on to that.
But I think that makes them a really exciting part of this season, though, as well. Do you not think? Because they are the team that won. Yeah. And when you won, it was big, wasn't it? You know, it was a big season for you. And you know, it's almost like that team is back. And like
it was a help season. COVID helped it.
Okay, cool. So so we'll see if that's the case, won't we? Which will be quite interesting, you know.
That was
they didn't. The year after, when they was back, they didn't win. Man City won.
No, but you're forgetting about all these. Yeah, but you're forgetting they've got loads of but they've got loads of excuses for that season, so that's fine. Okay. That doesn't matter. Do you know what I mean? But
I think I'll get interrupted by obviously
one at a time, guys. One at a time.
Yeah, I was just going to say, like with what you were saying, Mukta, about the aging of the players, I think this is like their last chance with this squad. Do you not think? I think this is the kind of final season where if this current team is going to compete in the Premier League or in any other competitions, I can't help but feel that this is going to be the last chance and last bat for this particular Liverpool squad. Yeah. And I think then the kind of restructuring is going to be happening, you know. But they did do really well 2 years ago. And then, you know, they are looking like they're back to that team a little bit. And, you know, I mean, I was really excited for the Chelsea Pool game on Saturday because it was the first like top four clash. It was the first top four clash we've had this season in what is, like you said at the start, it's an exciting season, isn't it? And I was like, okay, this is where we really start to get into it and see, you know, what does Pool and Chelsea actually look like this year? And it's going to be, do you know what I mean? Like City United this year is going to be mad. I'm sure we'll come to this later, but like the top four, I don't really think there's a 6 anymore, of course, but you know, like it's exciting, you know. Yo, bro, listen.
I'm really excited. I'm not gonna lie. I'm really excited. I mean, and maybe this could be like a transition into Man United's transfer window right now, because for me, I think this has been the best transfer window we've had in a long time. Seriously. And I think not just because of the players, I think also the business that's done as well. The fee that we've paid for the players have been good. I think the only thing I would say could have been better, of course, a DM. We wanted a DM, but it is what it is. And then the other thing was also releasing players. I don't think we've released as many players as we should, like Chelsea did. So I think that was where the weakness was. But to get, first of all, you know, Varane, and the fee that we got Varane for was a steal for me. And I think he's going to be one of the most crucial clogs in there. You know, some people talk about Sancho. I think Ronaldo now as well changed that game as well. His mentality is going to be intense on that team. So
but it's the same with Varane, isn't it? He's got a winning mentality.
Exactly. But I think more with Ronaldo. I just think Ronaldo will not accept, you know, for something. I'm not saying Varane will, but when you hear Varane talk, he seems very nice. He seems like a really nice human being, you know. Like I can't imagine him switching on people, but I can see him coaching some of the other defenders next to him, like Wan-Bissaka plays next to him, and I've already seen him speaking to Wan-Bissaka, which is amazing to see. But CR7 will tell you about yourself if you're not delivering on that pitch, you know. And
do you think that's really going to like shake up the team in a big perspective though? Because he's a huge character to come in, isn't he? And like, I'm not saying he's going to come and ruin it, but like, what kind of changes do you expect to see from that? Because it's going to be very, very different, you know, in the dressing room and on the training field and stuff with him there, isn't it? You know,
yeah, I mean, you're right. There's you know, we know Ronaldo, and there's a chance that certain personalities may clash with his personality. But to be honest with you, I think that's what the club needs. You know, I think the club needs someone like that to come in and just tell people, like, no, like, tell Bruno, stop messing around on the pitch with these passing or you know, losing the ball this many times, even though Bruno has great numbers. You know, like, I think he's going to make people step up naturally, you know, without even giving them anything. Like,
but do you not think that you've got too many big voices in your team already now that you got
Ronaldo? No one is bigger than Ronaldo. Listen, when Ronaldo walks in that changing room, everyone's going to shut up.
Now, to be honest with you,
give him that respect, and they're going to listen to him.
No, but I think we've been lacking leaders for a long time. Man United have been lacking leaders, and the only, what leader do we have right now? I personally think we have no leaders.
Bruno and Harry were good.
Bruno
and Harry. Sorry,
Maguire, for sure. Maguire, definitely.
I don't know for sure.
I think as well with
I just want to add to that, right? And I'm gonna definitely blow the horn for Harry Maguire. I think in regards to, he's underrated in terms of the value that he brings to that team. And we saw that when he got injured at the tail end of last season, how poorly you guys played, how poorly you organized you were. You really missed that presence. So, you know, Harry Maguire and Varane at the back is good. You mentioned Varane, he doesn't shout at people, but he's not that type of player. You know what I mean? He's the type of player that's going to show via action, right? The same with Thiago Silva. When he came to Chelsea, he shouts a little bit, but for the most part, it's his actions on the pitch which actually is the driving force. So, I think now, and obviously with Ronaldo, you're going to have, that's going to be an uplift in terms of the whole club, not just the team, but the fans, the backroom staff. Like, you know, Ronaldo is a big part of United's history. So to have him back, 36 or not, he's still going to bang goals. So I think that in itself is going to be a massive lift.
Imagine the way he's going to be training.
Ole hasn't got a place to hide now. He's got to make sure that this is the season that he provides.
I still, you know what, you hit a very good point. Like, I think Ole will still be our stumbling block. I think whatever happens this season, you're right. We have to win a trophy. We have to challenge for the title. We have to do all of that. I don't trust. It's not trust, but I don't think Ole has it in him, has the minerals to compete with the likes of Tuchel and Klopp and Pep. I just don't see it. But what I'm excited about is he's building this amazing squad for the next manager who comes in. You know, and the next manager who comes in has to buy into this culture. You can't try and change everything. So that's more, I would say, what I'm excited about.
I think what I was going to add as well is with Ronaldo coming in, like when Messi changed to PSG, there was lots of talk about there was Barca players that were like vexed that they weren't going to have the opportunity to play with him. There was PSG players excited about the prospect they're playing with him. We haven't really had that talk much about Ronaldo, or at least I haven't seen it. But I can't help but feel that, like,
you think Sancho's not happy that Ronaldo?
No, I'm not saying he's not happy. I'm I'm saying I haven't really heard any of that stuff.
Oh,
and
no,
I'm thinking,
all come out.
Okay, I just missed that then.
As well, bro. I think the impact is different because he's coming back to United. It's not a case.
I just haven't seen that, so that's calm. But my point is that, like, you should want to play with Ronaldo and you should be excited about the prospect of him being in the dressing room and talking to you and all that kind of stuff. And ultimately, he should be elevating United, and every part of that club should be better because of it. The chances are, because he's a strong character, we might see one or two people fade because they maybe get their back up over it. But actually, like, surely if you're a United fan, I'm thinking good, because if you haven't got the caliber to be standing next to Ronaldo, I don't want you in my club. So that might be some of the gaps coming out, you know.
Exactly.
So
on that note, let's go to the comments, because some people are actually referring to a lot of the things you guys are saying, which is interesting, and it's really, really good points that you guys made. So let's bring up the comments. There's people are on it. So Jay Coyle says, I think Konate will be good. He struggled for game time at Leipzig. He's asking a question. Do you think he'll be good?
I think he will be good. I think he's already acclimatized to the type of football that Klopp demands, because we saw in preseason, like, he played a fair few games on the preseason, and he looked strong. He didn't look out of place. He didn't really make a move wrong, and he definitely looked strong against, like, a bit of the quicker defenders. So I feel, in terms of what we have, he's more similar to the likes of Van Dijk, and we're letting Van Dijk get back to full fitness. So I think once we get that, we might see more of him later on. Maybe
was that an excuse? Was that an excuse you're trying to rip in there?
Excuse for what?
Let's go to the next comment. It's
hard. You also got Matip playing well as well, isn't it?
He's playing very well.
Yeah, you can't really displace him now, innit? So give him
Let's go to the next comment.
Haters.
So Kev says, I spent all my money tonight on beef Wellington. Okay, let's go to the next comment. Shane, I had a butter chicken curry. Okay, let's go to the next comment.
Oh my God, what is going on?
COVID gave Arsenal no backbone. That's what Kev said. So
let's gave Arsenal.
Let's move on from that.
Is that the guy that was wearing a France shirt during the Euros?
I think that was the same guy. Yeah. Let's go to the next one. So next one is anyway. James should do well at Leeds. Play with more confidence because Leeds players are more his level. 100%.
I think James should have gone to Leeds before you lot went to him, personally.
I agree. He wasn't a Man United player. It didn't make sense. I like the player. I think he's really a hard worker. He does a lot of good things, but he's just not a Man United player. Let's go to the next one.
He's got to develop in it. And I think for what you needed at the time, he wasn't the guy. He needs to develop. Clearly, he's got potential, but
with the way we play, we need people that are a bit more technically gifted, I would say. And we've got Ahmad coming through.
Is that why Lukaku didn't work for you?
No, I mean, Lukaku, there was a lot more issues. I think there was the training situation, the manager, the style of play that we were. There was a lot of things. And then
the weight thing's quite interesting. That's quite interesting as well, isn't it?
Weight, man.
No, but that came up in the medical, Kemal. I don't know if you saw that, but like they missed like some sort of issue with him in the medical.
It was
so
like
he was getting weight,
wasn't it?
Oh
yeah.
So yeah, Conte changed it when he went to Inter. That's why he
changed his whole nutrition. Which
he's not allowed through pastels anymore, and now can't.
Let's go to the next comment. Jordan, man, like Jordan, welcome. He said, "Can Kemal rank out of 10 Arsenal transfer window?" Kemal, out of 10.
Well, okay, you got to say it's been one of our best because normally we don't buy one, but we don't buy anyone normally.
But it's not about buying, it's about also the caliber of players you bought, how they help the team, all of that. The price you bought.
I don't know how. Okay, I don't know. Well, our left back, right? Our left back is from
Come on, rate your transfer window, bro.
Just tell us.
Rate your transfer window, bro.
Yeah, 1 or 2.
1.5.
That is so fucked up.
I'm going to give it a 5.5.
5.5. There you go, Jordan. He gave it a 5.5. Let's go to the next comment. Let's go to the next comment. And you can leave the comments up, man, like Kieron. Kieron's the one that's doing all the comments for us. Respect to Kieron. So Jordan says, a question for everyone. If you could have the opportunity to sign one player which will transform your team, who will it be? Money and pull isn't a factor. Let's go to, first of all, Jules. Quick answers. One player. Mbappe for you?
Yeah, that would have been my one signing.
Okay. Let's go to Alex. Who would it be for you?
I'm going to go for an interesting one. I would actually say Ronaldo. He would never come to Chelsea, but I think that if you're leaving it really open like that, he could come into any club and make a big impact. And I think he's probably the highest level player that would make the biggest impact in our club if it was just one with what we've got right now.
Fair enough. Kadus?
Lukaku.
You already had Lukaku. Who, if you could bring another?
Exactly. That's who I choose. I don't.
We just want 2 of them. He just wants 2 of them.
So Kadus just being extra. Kadus. Are you serious? Lukaku? That's your answer?
Yeah, man. Yeah. I mean, Haaland.
Kadus wants 4-4-2 with 2 Lukakus.
Okay. I'm still with that transfer price. They're trying to mug us off, bro. I'm sorry, man. I'm upset with it. But now Lukaku is the guy, though. So respect to him.
Fair enough. Kemal?
Kante.
Fair enough.
With that fixture,
that's a good shout. You know what? My one is.
That's who I would take.
My one will probably also be controversial as well. If I had any player in the world at Man United, I would take Fabinho. I think that is the player we need.
If you had Fabinho, you would win the league.
That's who we need, man. This guy is a monster in that defensive midfield position. So yeah, that's who I'd have. Good. That's a good question, though, Jordan. Thank you. So let's go back. Jordan. So let's go back. Just before we go and move on to our next topic, our last quick topic. Make sure you guys subscribe. Make sure you like. Make sure you follow as well. Thank you for everybody that's continuously engaging with us. This is really fun to also see you guys' point of view as well. Now, I just want to quickly finish up the show with, the season has started. 3 weeks is gone. We've seen our teams play for these 3 weeks. How do you feel about your team in these 3 games that they've played? And Kemal, I know that you're getting nervous with this question.
With the league.
But with Arsenal, you have to also consider that you played 2 of the toughest teams you could have possibly played in the league at the time that you played them. And also, you've played Brentford in the first game of the season with fans back, a newly promoted team who are excited.
New stadium. Listen, it's going to be.
That's not easy for anybody. So I'll give you that. So how do you guys feel with your teams at the beginning, and how do you feel going forward because of what you've seen already for your season? So I'm going to start, Kemal, I'm going to start with you since you just spoke. Go. And keep it snappy.
We've got a lot of work to do. We've got a lot of work to do. We had injuries already. We had key players missing. The facts like Partey wasn't there. Gabriel wasn't there. Listen, we've had some issues. I just feel after the international break, hopefully everyone's fit and we're able to move forward and just get a W over Norwich.
Mm-hmm. I mean, that's going to be a big game.
Starts then.
That's a big game because that's the bottom of the league That's a big game, bro. You have to win that.
Relegation battle, so.
Yo, Pookie is captain in my fantasy team.
Can't talk about relegation talk. Obviously, Arsenal not going to get relegated. It's never happened in our history. That's not going to happen.
Leicester had never won in their history.
This is the worst start of your history, bro. Don't talk about your history.
Yeah, okay, so what?
It
doesn't matter. It doesn't matter. Listen.
You're breaking records.
There's only Arsenal can only go up. Okay, so the three
that is true. That is true.
Come on, you just killed yourself.
You can go down too, bro.
Arsenal can only go up. That is very true. All right, but you know what? It's gonna for me. I'm very intrigued.
If we lose to Norwich,
that's a problem.
Someone just wrote, "What happens if we lose to Norwich?" Well,
that's a problem.
If we lose to Norwich, I believe some of my Arsenal friends are giving him 4 more games, and the 4th game would be Tottenham, and after that, they believe it's time for to go. So if we lose to Norwich, I think he should be packing his bags.
He just doesn't look like.
I actually believe. No, he's not learning nothing. I believe.
Who's going to come in and replace him? Who?
Sam Allardyce.
Conte's not coming to Arsenal.
Conte's not coming to Arsenal. Kemal.
Conte's not coming to Arsenal next.
You're not going to get
coming halfway through a season, bro.
You're not halfway through a season. We've played 3 games. What are you talking about?
Yeah, but you know what Conte is? Come on. Let's start this. Let's start. I don't even want to happen.
Hold on. This question. I gave you an answer, and because you didn't like that answer, all 4 of you attacked me. What's going on?
Be realistic. Eddie Howe.
One by one.
Good option.
Kemal, I didn't attack you. I'm just saying that with Conte, he even said no to Spurs, and I'm not comparing Spurs and Arsenal, but he said no to Spurs because they're not willing to give him the finances he needs to bring in the players he needs. Arsenal are not going to give him that.
Definitely not giving him that.
Plus he's going to call Willian as well. He's going to be like, yo, Will, like, how was it? And he's going to be like, bro, I left 2 years early, so don't. Do you know what I mean?
Right.
You know?
Yeah. Well, that's Arsenal. So Kemal, are you Kemal, just quickly, do you see Arsenal improving in the near future?
I think we're a mid-table team, and I believe that's where we're going to stay if we've got the mentality of Arteta leading this club. He don't know what he's doing. Okay. He's the water boy. He needs to move on and actually learn how to coach and manage a football team at somewhere else. Go to Canada, go to America, go to a lower ranked team, a Sunday league team, and then maybe the qualifications he will gain to move forward. But he should not be managing Arsenal football club.
Yeah, I agree that the next 2 weeks will be better for Arsenal than the last 2 weeks. I agree. I definitely agree.
Let's go to Chelsea. Let's make this quick. So
yeah.
You guys have had a very good start, I would say. Did you win all your 3 games?
No, we drew a Liverpool.
1-2, drew 1.
Oh, you drew. So you drew 1, you won 2. Still very good start to the season. Considering also you had a player sent off against a good Liverpool team. How do you feel at Anfield too? How do you feel now going into the season? We don't even need to talk about your start.
Yeah, listen. I'll keep it short and sweet, man. Yeah, we're the big dogs right now. I'm saying we're the big dogs right now. I think we're taking our place right now. Back at the pinnacle. We've got all the tools. We've got an amazing squad depth. We've got an amazing manager. Crystal Palace breezed them easy. You know what I mean? Chalobah was just scoring for fun. 30-yard screamers for fun. Second game against Arsenal, dusted them. Lukaku came in, debut, threw Mario around like a ragdoll. Them ones. Then Liverpool, they tried to get Anthony Taylor to make us lose that game, but like the resilient dogs that we are, the big dogs, 10 man, we even had chances to score. So I'm very happy for the season. That's it. I'm very happy. I think we'll do very well. Arsenal is terrible, and Tottenham need to relax with top of the league.
Fair enough. I mean, I can't argue with anything you just said there.
Man, like Dwayne in the building.
How about Alex? You agree with everything he said, right?
I agree. And if we're going to be really like critical on Chelsea. We've had like a very, very successful history in recent history. And when I say that, it's 20 years. People put that down. We're talking 20 years. That's not Mickey Mouse like history. But we're a club that I don't think has ever been compared to the Liverpool at its best, the United at its best, the recent City, the Barcelona, Real Madrid empire. And I do believe that we're not that, but we're kind of we're sitting around that at the moment, aren't we? And there is, if we want to be very serious, we're at a position where we could stake a claim to say that we're the next big club of that kind of
What are you on about? 15 got
You're
one
better
on.
than Liverpool at their
No,
best.
I think what he's saying is
I
accomplished.
got triggered. Don't worry, I got
Not
triggered.
how well you're playing, but accomplishments. With Man United and Liverpool.
You've accomplished more than Liverpool, I believe.
But what we've
They
done,
haven't.
but what we've
What do you
done
mean?
is we've
in the
what we've
last 20
done-
years.
No,
Why not?
not just in the last. Even in the last 20 years, did you accomplish more than Liverpool?
Yeah, of course they have, man.
We've won the most trophies in the last 20 years.
Okay.
In the last
Yeah.
20 years, we've won the most.
Yeah.
But what I think the point there is that we have like two good seasons, a season off, a good season, a bad season, that kind of thing, and whatever. We haven't had the like Man City dominance of recent. We haven't had the. Do you know what I mean? And I think that we are capable of that, and that's almost like
But I
the
think
next kind of milestone.
I think that's difficult now to do that because
Absolutely,
there's so many
absolutely.
great teams. I think it's difficult to do that now. Like I think before it was easier because it was only Man United and Arsenal at one stage. No one else could really challenge, or Man United and Liverpool. Now it's difficult to do that. I mean, if you do that, well done.
Yeah.
But
But it's nice to talk as a Chelsea fan like that. Do you know what I mean? To have that mentality of, we are capable of that. I'm not saying it's going to happen, but that is something that should be on the mindset of ours. Do you know what I mean? I know
Chelsea winning the Prem. That's it. We're winning the Prem.
remember this because this is on video now. Remember this.
Don't mind. Take
Okay, from there.
whatever you young people say.
All right, from there, let's go to Jules. Liverpool. This is an interesting one. I'm really intrigued to hear your thought on this. Like, Liverpool, how do you think you started to the season, and how do you think going forward? How are you feeling?
We started good. Obviously, I'll be the first one to say that against Chelsea at home, we threw away 2 points. We should have capitalized on that man being sent off. But 3-0 against Norwich, 2-0 against Burnley. The teams which Burnley especially was our like previous bogey team. Like anytime we went up against them, there was a chance that was going to fuck up. Sorry.
Yeah, that's two big clubs.
So,
well done.
I think it's a good start. Hopefully we can build on it. Obviously, we still got to play the other team. Still got to play United. Still got to play City. So we still got Leicester as well, which is another bogey team for me, really. So it depends. But I think we're in a good position to either do runners up. I think we're going to stake our claim in more of the domestic cups and our position in the Champions League, and then see how we go from there.
Okay.
I don't think we've improved enough to even warrant trying to fight for the league. So I know you're going to put
wow. I think you'll be fine for the league. I don't think you're that bad. No way. I think it's the same team that won the league. I just don't think you'll win it, but I think you'll.
But other teams,
I think they could.
Other teams have got better.
Yeah, I agree with you, Kieron.
Except for Arsenal, though. Arsenal didn't get better.
Okay.
Dark horse. They're not a dark horse. United are going to be the dark horse.
I think
with
Ronaldo.
You're not even a horse, mate. You're a donkey.
United could win the league this year.
Arsenal ain't a horse. They're a donkey right now, mate. That's it.
Okay.
Talking about Manchester United.
All right. Okay. Talking about Man United.
You're a donkey, though. The Arsenal's a donkey.
Talking about Man United.
Let's move on.
Score-wise, stat-wise, score-wise, for Man United, I think we've started good to the season. Not amazing, good. It's the same as Chelsea in terms of 2 wins and a draw, but I don't think we've played well. We haven't played well in the season. Like against Wolves, for example, we could have lost that game. We could have drawn that game, but luckily, we stuck together and they couldn't finish. Against Leeds was a very, very good dominant performance. I enjoyed that performance, but we've got that in us, once in a while to come out with a performance like that. And then Southampton, pissed about that performance. We dropped 2 points that we shouldn't be dropping against Southampton. So I'm just intrigued to see now with Ronaldo in, now after this 3 games has gone, so fitness and all of that, there's no talk about that. Like now it's the manager. The manager has to do the job. The coaches have to do the job and the players have to stand up. So I'm excited for the season, definitely, because I believe we have the squad now to go off and do what we need to do. Just before we finish off, let's go through the last time through the comments, and then we'll finish off. So let's go to the first one, Mr. Kieron. 3, 2, 1. Boom. Well done. So Ben, Conte didn't go Spurs, let alone Arsenal. So that's referring to the thing earlier on. Let's go to the next one. Conte won't damage his reputation by going to Arsenal. Another one. So people don't agree that
you guys are just lost.
Let's go to the other one.
Focus on Eddie Howe and Graham Potter. That's your focus.
Hey, Jordan, welcome, Jordan. Jordan said, "Wow, rest in peace, Arteta, water boy." Let's go to the next one. Saying water boy, Mama said. Oh, he's referring to
it's a movie, Water.
Exactly.
Mama said, yeah.
Exactly. Yeah. D-Dubs, welcome, Dwayne. Didn't look all that against Liverpool, though. He's talking about
Chelsea.
He's talking about Chelsea, like Liverpool looked all
funny.
that against us.
Listen,
I disagree there. I think Chelsea looked very good.
The fact of the matter is, yeah, okay, cool. First 15 minutes, you guys look good. Chelsea scored. You guys were rattled. Let's be real. We could have beaten you a lot more than that. Obviously, 10 men, and you guys couldn't score.
Mm-hmm.
Shots outside the box.
I disagree. I disagree with what he said. I think Chelsea looked amazing.
Of course, he's hating, that's right.
11 against 11. It looked like Chelsea were going to win. And when you went down to 10 men, you did the most disciplined professional thing ever and got a point. So I think to do that,
but it was a shame the game got spoiled, though, wasn't it?
Yeah,
it was. Yeah, it was spoiled.
It was a real shame. It was such a good game.
Let's go to Shane. Would Ronaldo's tantrums affect United during the match? Is a very, very good point. It could go either way. Some people could suffer from it, but other people, I think, will thrive from it.
I think it's going to fire people up.
Yeah, I would want that for sure. Let's go to the next one. D-Dubs, he's laughing at what you just said. Let's go to the next one after that. Oh, is that everything? I think that's all the comments. Okay, so that's all the comments. So that's the first episode we've come back with since last season. We're happy to be back. We're very, very excited for the season. Guys, I think this new platform, being able to engage with you guys as well at the same time, I think is amazing. It really creates an immersive interaction of some sort with you guys. So we're going to keep doing this week in, week out. So make sure you save the time for next week as well, because next week we're going to come with the previews of the Premier League returning, since we're in international break right now. So again, I'm going to remind you, make sure you subscribe, make sure you follow, make sure you like and comment on the pages as well, so that we'll reply to you. And let us know if there's anything you want us to discuss that you want to hear about as well. So thank you all, the panelists, for coming on. Thank you, Kieron, for doing all the comments in the back. And we're going to see you guys next week. Bye-bye. I think we're still